C2C stamping, and it is time for our June free card class. I am a week behind on things, and that's okay. Uh, we we had a wild start to the summer, and so I was busy doing a lot of cleaning. So I'm back and we're going to do some fun stuff with the Thoughtful Octopus. So, this is a stamp set that came out in May. It is not in a catalog, it is an online exclusive. So, you can find the Thoughtful Octopus on the online store. I'm going to make sure that my computer is muted, but I also want to see if you guys are here so that I can see comments. Yay. Okay, good. Um, so we're going to make a couple of fun cards with this. If you place a purchase, an order with me during the month of June, then you'll get the packets to make these cards. And hopefully you're going to learn a couple of techniques that you could apply no matter what stamp sets or supplies you have at home. But I really do love if I could hug you with 8 arms, I would, and you occupy my thoughts. So funny. So, I've seen a ton of really cute cards with this one where they put like cupcakes in all his little hands, and it's very, very cute. So, excited to get to play with this one. We're going to do some watercolor techniques. And so, I've got some scrap here, and we're going to do the watercolor piece first so that we can give it a second to dry. And then we'll come back and we'll work on the rest. So I'm taking a spritzer. I have my spritzers marked with either alcohol or water. So I try to keep them segmented. And we're actually going to add, I just put a little bit. I use 91% isopropyl alcohol. Um, see. I'm going to put a little bit of Azure Afternoon in here. And these just rinse out. So you can put, whatever color you want in here. And then you can rinse it out. I did 4 drops. I don't have a ton of alcohol in here. So let's say, oh, that'll be, whoa, plenty dark. Might need to add a little bit more alcohol. That might be too dark. Let's see. All right, let's see if we can add a little bit more. So, one reason we use alcohol instead of water, we're going to use both today, but one reason that you might want to, I'm going to pour this off my workstation, is it dries really quickly. So, alcohol dissipates faster than water. And so, it's a nice feature. So, if you are wanting your projects to dry a little bit quicker, you can use alcohol for that. So I'm just going to mix that up. That's a very pretty blue. And we're going to spritz our paper. I don't have anything to block it. Yeah. Hold on. I will say that when you spritz with color like this, it does make a mess. And so you just need to cover your workstation. Okay, so we want it kind of uneven like this. And I'm actually like, I'm happy with that. So that's it. That's all we're going to do. It was like 5 spritzes. We're going to set this aside and we're going to let that dry. We're going to move that out of the way. Okay. So then we're going to get a piece, and that actually is Fluid 100. This is our watercolor paper. So if you've never played around with watercolor paper, it's a lot thicker. You can see it has a lot more. This is our regular cardstock, right? So it's just very thick. It's 100-pound paper, 100% cotton, and it comes in sheets that are 5 by 7. So you can get like 2 of these panels out of a sheet, and there's 10 sheets in here. Yeah, 10 sheets. So Fluid 100 is a very nice watercolor paper, very heavy bond, and it always it always makes a very nice card. All right, we're gonna stamp our octopus, and we're gonna stamp him in Timid Tiger. And I'm going to tell you that I've been playing with him a little bit. He's very fun and very cute. I'm going to get his little smiley face out now while I can. And some of his spots. His spots are cute. These two cards were actually designed by Stampin' Up, which is fun. So you'll get the full PDF directions with cutting guides and everything. Um, in an email from me once you place an order. There's free shipping starting tomorrow on all orders $75 and up. So, um, so the free shipping is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And what's cool is that the PDF is very nice and it has like all the measurements and everything. So yay, so nice. Thank you, Stampin' Up, for that. So I'll send you that, and then we'll also send you the ingredients to make the cards. So you'll get all of the goodies to make these cards. I'm going to get some of my little smaller blocks out. I've got my sentiment. Mhm. This one's fun because it features two of the end colors from last year. So it has Timid Tiger and Secret Sea, which those are not necessarily colors that I would think of when I think of an octopus, but they totally work. So, all right. So, what we're going to do is we're going to stamp our octopus in Timid Tiger, and Timid Tiger is a really big, really bright and bold orange. And we're going to cut this out with the arches. So I'll have this pre-cut for you with the Everyday Arches die. One, two, three. Wow, that's so pretty. All right. And then I think that's it for that color. Now we just have to add a bunch of fun stuff with this. So there are some little dots for his little arms. And depending on which way the arm turns, depends on which way you have to stamp these. So, and you could stamp them on like a lower portion or a higher portion. I'm gonna go higher. Yeah. All right. And then there's also some spots for his little head. Those are actually pretty easy to line up. I was worried that they would be hard, but they're not. And then we've got his little smiley face. All right. There he is. He's smiling. All right. And then we're going to stamp the sentiment on some flirty flamingo. So has anyone else bought the Thoughtful Octopus? I just think it's well, you guys know I love a good pun, right? So if I could hug you with 8 arms, I would. Cute. All right. And then we're going to stamp. I have this scrap. We're going to stamp a couple of the little hearts with some flirty flamingo. There is no die set with this stamp, which is interesting. So if you wanted to cut something out, you have to fussy cut it. I know, crazy. What's funny is that all my scissors are in the car because we've been using them for my classes this week. I do not think I will be able to fussy cut with these. We can sure try, but that is going to be a lot harder. But we're going to give it a go. So, and then we're going to get the arches and we're going to cut an arch out for our octopus. And then we're going to assemble the card. Mm, I mean, it's not the best fussy cutting, but you know, it'll work. Mm, mm, mm. I have never tried to fussy cut with big, big scissors like this. Wow. All right. Maybe I should have gotten my scissors from the car. I don't know. We got this. I think this is it. We're only doing 3 hearts. We're not doing 8. So that's good, right? All right. And then one thing I'm going to do to add a little bit more fun to our watercolor background piece is I'm going to use some of the shimmer brush, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. This is not part of the directions, but oh wow, those look really crazy. Okay. That's fine. It's fine. Okay. So here's our watercolor piece, and it's cute, but want it to be cuter. So we have the new shimmer brushes. They come in all 5 of the new in colors. So hydrangea hue, barely blush. They have a little screw piece that you have to take out, and then you prime the whole thing, and now it's ready to go. And you can see it's very pretty. You kind of squeeze here to like make the stuff come out. But what I want to do, yeah, I wanted to add some sprinkles on here. And because it's a shimmer brush, they're going to have a little bit of um, shine to them and shimmer. So that's kind of fun. Now, you can do this with our stamp and blend markers too. I don't know if you guys know that, but that's a cool feature. So there. So I got some fun little speckles in there, and that's just some visual interest. Okay, we're going to die cut our guy. Okay, so we got cute, our cute guy, and he looks pretty good. And I think he's going to look really cute on here. So we're going to work on putting our card together. We have just a basic white card base, and we're going to attach this on the card front a little askew. I need some. Let's see if I've got any dimensional. I've got some leftover dimensionals from other projects. Be fine, right? It's fine. All right, I'm a little worried that's not dry yet, though. So, okay, so I've got a couple of dimensional strips on here. We don't need a ton. So we're going to put that on there. A little, oh, shoot. See, that's what I was worried about. Oh, well, that's okay. No big deal. Really? Oh, I might be able to cover it with a sentiment. That would be nice. All right. Now we're going to attach this. I think this is going to need to be glued down flat. Oh, literally all my supplies are in the car. I know, it's crazy. This is like an old 2-way glue pen that I keep on my desk for like emergency purposes. All right, so we're going to put this guy down. He's super cute. Again, a little cattywampus. And then I'm hoping, of course, that's like not where I want that. Um, yeah, that's okay. All right. Well, we'll make it work. So I want the sentiment to be straightish. Okay. And then we have our little hearts that we're going to put on here. And I'm going to pop them up with dimensionals, but I'm going to like cut like smaller pieces. Let's see if I can get this to work. Might even have to be smaller than that. So tiny. Again, not having all of your supplies when you're doing a live makes things a little difficult. All right, so there's one, and there's two, three. All right, so we're gonna put one of our little hearts down here, and we're gonna put one of them up here. And then this tentacle is also going to be holding a heart. Super cute. All right. If I could hug you with 8 arms, I would. So cute, cute card. It's got some fun texture and hopefully you like this one. All right, let's make the other one. So card number 2 is a little bit different of a technique. So we're going to do the technique part first and again, let it dry a little bit. So we have our octopus. And we're going to clean them off from what we just did. My chamois in the car, right? Everything is in the car. It's okay. All right. So we're going to do a rock and roll and a spritz. So, which is cool. And we're going to do it on watercolor paper. So when you do a rock and roll on anything, you always stamp in the lighter color first, and then you stamp in the darker color so that this ink, if it touches in here, which it will, it's not going to be the end of the world. But I wouldn't want to do the inverse, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to stamp our guy in Flirty Flamingo. We're going to get him nice and inked up. And then we're going to take this and we're just going to kind of like roll around the edges just a little bit. And then we're going to spritz with some water. So we're going to take our water spritzer and I'm going to move it away from the surface because I don't like to spritz water on my work surface. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And hopefully he turns out cute and kind of watercolory looking. Oh, he's definitely got some fun edges there. Cool. Okay, so he's going to dry. If we're not happy with it, the nice thing about the watercolor paper is you can flip it over. It's so thick that you can just do it again and you can try it again. I think he looks cool, so I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to keep out our Flirty Flamingo because we're going to stamp a few other things. We're going to kind of make our own designer series paper, which is fun. So, in the stamp set, there is some coral and there's like some long coral and there's a cute little seahorse. And I think that's it. I think that's the 1, 2, and the 3. Yep. And then let me get the you occupy my thoughts out. All right, so we're gonna stamp these 3 images, and we're gonna make some designer series paper with them. So you can do one of 2 things. You can mount them all together and just kind of repeat the pattern. So I can literally probably just go like 1, 2, 3, and then I can take this and I can just go stamp, 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 stamp. We're going to cover a lot of it, so I'm not super worried about it. I will stamp off a little bit. I'll probably grab my scrap sheet here. And I'll try to like kind of offset what I'm doing up and down, right and left so that nobody can tell, that I have these all mounted on one stamp together. I might squeeze like a little bit of a coral there. Meh, actually, that looks pretty good. I think I'm going to try to squeeze one more of these. I like this little seahorse. He's really cute. So let me see if I can put one more like here. Yeah, and I'm going to put one like mm, just him. There. Okay, cute. All right, so we've got some fun kind of coral DSP looking paper, and that's just Flirty Flamingo on Flirty Flamingos, just a tone on tone kind of look. We have a little scrap for the You Octopi My Thoughts, and we're going to do a fun little technique with that. And we can stamp that with the Secret Sea. Mhm. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut this into pieces. And this, my scissors will be good for. So we're going to kind of like serial killers would cut out different letters. We're going to do the same thing. And we're going to do You Octopi My Thoughts. And we're going to cut there and there. Perfect. All right. So we've got all of our little letters. And we're going to do some dimensionals on the back of these. And so, just like the hearts, they're probably going to be pretty tough to get dimensionals on. So, I'm hoping that I can figure this out. Hmm. Actually, these are working out pretty good. Oh, that one looks too thick. Let's see. All right. And then the other cool thing we're going to do on this one, and I'll do this one before you get it, is we're going to trim the top with the arches die, but just the stitching. So we're going to take the largest arch and we're just going to cut stitching across the top and the bottom. So I'm not really sure how they made that happen because I don't think that that could happen with this. Like that's a really interesting dilemma. Anyway, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to think more about that. It might work. I don't know. It might not. So I'm going to add a little bit of a smile for him. So we're gonna get our smile stamp out because I don't think that he'll quite look the same without a little smiley face. You want to make sure that your card is pretty dry before you do that. And I just want to make sure we're going to see. I don't know if we're going to see enough of this paper. I'm going to cut this one more size down, the same size we did before. I want to see my cute little my my guys. All right, we're going to put this on a timid tiger card base and we're going to pop the piece of designer series paper up first. This is a really fun color combo. I don't think I would have put Flirty Flamingo and Timid Tiger together, but I think they're really, really cute. And yeah, I just think it's a fun one. So, all right. And then we're going to use some glue and we're going to glue this down. And then we're going to pop our little sentiments on here. You, octopi, my thoughts. This is so cute. Such a cute card. All right. So I hope that you have liked this and that it's been fun, just hopefully to learn a little bit about a few watercolor techniques and ways that you can make your own very cute octopus cards. Thoughtful Octopus is the stamp set, and it's item number 167955. So, this is the stamp set. And I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something today. Making your own designer series paper, rocking and rolling images, spritzing with water and alcohol, and just enjoying making cards with you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a great time. Please remember if you make a purchase in the month of June, you will get the ingredients to make these cards and the full PDF directions. And love to have your patronage. And it is free shipping Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So starting tonight at midnight Mountain Time, which I think is 1 o'clock Central. If you're up, you can get your order in. And if not, get it in tomorrow morning. But thanks so much, everyone. I appreciate you. Hope you have a great night and a great week. Hope you're enjoying your summer. Bye bye.